Imagine, the mid-1970s.
A young, talented, but utterly disillusioned actor, who had almost resigned himself to his fate as a failure, sits at a drafting table. He's not working on a script for a new blockbuster, but he's carving wood, because carpentry was his only stable income. He had just fixed a door for a famous director, who, by the way, couldn't find him any decent roles. Now, Harrison, despairing of Hollywood, plans to finally bid farewell to his dream of the big screen. Little does he know that in just a few months, destiny will take a dramatic turn, and that very director, whose door he fixed, will offer him a role that will forever change not only his life but also the history of cinema. He is Harrison Ford. His path to the top is not just a success story, but a true odyssey from complete obscurity to global fame, where every step was a test, and every failure a stepping stone to legend. Get ready to learn how a carpenter from California became one of the most beloved heroes of millions.
Harrison Ford was born on July 13, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois.
His parents were diverse personalities. His mother, Dorothy Neidelman, was an Ashkenazi Jew and a former radio actress, while his father, Christopher Ford, was an Irish Catholic and worked as an advertising manager. This mix of cultures and professions likely shaped his unique personality, a blend of restraint and inner passion. Harrison's childhood was quite ordinary, with no particular signs of future fame. He wasn't a star in school, although he was interested in drama and radio. At Ripon College in Wisconsin, he took drama classes, where he was reportedly often criticized for lack of expressiveness. After college, in 1964, young Harrison decided to move to Los Angeles, aiming to conquer Hollywood. However, his first years in the City of Dreams proved to be a harsh test. He signed a contract with Columbia Pictures, but only received meager roles, mostly episodic and uncredited. He was often criticized for lacking star charisma or being unable to express emotions. He worked low-paying jobs to make ends meet. After several years of disillusionment, breaking his contract with Columbia, Harrison Ford felt utterly despondent. He decided to leave acting and pursue carpentry. This choice was no accident. He always had a knack for working with his hands, and this craft gave him a sense of control and independence, which was so lacking in the unpredictable world of cinema. He became a successful carpenter, collaborating with famous Hollywood directors and producers, repairing their homes and creating custom furniture. He even built a recording studio for the famous Brazilian musician Sergio Mendes. During this period, he seemed to have given up on his acting dream. What do you think would have happened to Harrison Ford if he had completely given up acting then? Would Hollywood have been able to find a worthy replacement for him? Share your thoughts in the comments. And this is where the shocking part of his story begins. One of his carpentry clients was director Francis Ford Coppola, for whom Harrison fixed a door. Coppola, who was shooting the film The Conversation, saw something more than just a craftsman in Ford. He offered him a small role, and later recommended him to his friend, a young but already promising director George Lucas. Lucas was looking for actors for his new film American Graffiti, 1973. He gave Ford the role of rebellious street racer Bob Falfa. The film was a hit, and Ford's performance received positive reviews. This success was the first spark. When Lucas began preparations for his grand science fiction project, then called Star Wars, he initially did not consider Harrison for any of the main roles. Ford was simply helping him with auditions for other actors, reading lines for the role of Han Solo. But with each line read, Lucas became more convinced, no one could play Han Solo better than this carpenter who had almost given up acting. In 1977, Star Wars, Episode IV, A New Hope was released. The film became a cultural phenomenon, and Harrison Ford, in the role of the cynical but brave smuggler Han Solo, instantly became a global star. His charisma, ironic humor, and ability to create a deep character, hiding his vulnerability behind a mask of brutality, won millions of hearts. Suddenly, the actor who was considered unable to express emotions became a symbol of coolness and adventure. After Star Wars, Harrison Ford's career soared. He starred in the saga's sequels, Star Wars Episode V, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, and Star Wars Episode VI, Return of the Jedi, 1983, solidifying his status as one of Hollywood's most popular stars. But the real breakthrough in his adventure hero persona came when Steven Spielberg and George Lucas offered him the role of archaeologist-adventurer Indiana Jones. Initially, Lucas hesitated about casting Ford, as he was already Han Solo, but Spielberg insisted. Thus was born the film Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981. The character of Indiana Jones is a blend of intellect, physical strength, vulnerability, and unique humor. Ford perfectly embodied this character, who became a beloved hero for millions worldwide. The film was a hit, and Indiana Jones became another iconic figure in his filmography. The 1980s were a golden era for Harrison Ford. He starred in a series of successful films that became classics. Among them, Blade Runner, 1982, Witness, 1985, which earned him his only Oscar nomination. The Mosquito Coast, 1986, and Presumed Innocent, 1990. His unique ability to combine toughness and vulnerability, heroism and human weaknesses, made him one of the most desired actors in Hollywood. He wasn't a classic handsome leading man, but his inner strength and charisma made him incredibly appealing to audiences. Which of his iconic roles, Han Solo or Indiana Jones, do you like more, and why? Share your opinion in the comments. Harrison Ford demonstrates extraordinary longevity in Hollywood, remaining an active and in-demand actor for decades. The 1990s were also successful for him, with films such as The Fugitive, 1993, Air Force One, 1997, and 6 Days, 7 Nights, 1998. He is known for his meticulousness in choosing roles, often preferring scripts that offer complex and ambiguous characters. His silent strength, ability to convey emotions with a single glance or a faint smile, became his signature style. Off-screen, Harrison Ford is known for his passion for aviation. He is a qualified pilot and frequently flies his own planes and helicopters. This passion even led to several accidents, which only added to his aura as a true hero in real life. He is also active in environmental protection, advocating for nature conservation and climate initiatives. His public appearances are generally reserved, but his words always carry weight. Another equally significant aspect of the Harrison Ford phenomenon is his work on scripts and influence on dialogue. It is known that he actively participated in writing or refining his lines, especially for Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Many of his most famous lines, such as "I know" in response to Leia's "I love you" and "The Empire Strikes Back," were improvisations or his own interpretation of the script that became iconic. This ability to not just act, but to feel the character and add his own touches, makes his heroes so alive and unforgettable. He always strove for authenticity, even in fantastical worlds, and his critical eye helped refine scripts, making them more logical and convincing. This demonstrates not only his acting talent but also a deep understanding of screenwriting and narrative structure. This trait sets him apart from many colleagues and underscores his contribution to creating cinematic masterpieces. In addition to his on-screen achievements, Ford is also a well-known philanthropist. He actively supports numerous charitable organizations, especially those related to environmental protection and animal rights. His contribution to biodiversity conservation and the fight against climate change is significant and reflects his personal convictions. He does not use his fame for personal gain or vanity, but rather directs it towards important social and environmental issues. This side of him often remains overshadowed by his prominent film characters, but it is no less important and deserves attention. His personal modesty and dedication to principles make him not only an outstanding actor but also a respected personality. Today, despite his venerable age, Harrison Ford continues to act actively. His return to the roles of Han Solo in Star Wars, The Force Awakens, 2015, and Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, 2023, were long-awaited events for fans worldwide, proving that his star does not fade. He has become not just an actor, but a cultural symbol whose characters inspire generations. His journey from an unknown carpenter to one of the most influential and beloved figures in the film industry is living proof that perseverance, talent, and a little luck can open any door, even the ones you fixed yourself. If you enjoyed this story about the unparalleled Harrison Ford, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss new exciting stories about cinema and its legends.